everybody. Hello. Y'all ate me a parfait for lunch. I'm about to eat me a salad later on. Now, this story is something that I would want to be in a movie, not saying I'm coming at you like a hurricane. Like, who says that in a movie? The movie was so cheesy, y'all. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd really appreciate if you do subscribe and you click the bell. Thank you so much for the compliments so far and even a bad comment so far about the new format, y'all. If y'all think this is good, just wait until later on. It's going to be even better. You know, I'm working on it. I'm trying to transition to see what I'm going to do in the next few months to see if this is going to be the ideal place I want to film or not. So we're going to get there, all right? So we're going to be talking about a former DJ. She talked to the Jasmine brand about the whole situation. She used to work with Hot 97. I believe her name is Miss Jones. That's her radio name. And I want you guys to watch this clip. I'll come back with some more.
Adrian Carter, what happened after the government went to the Bahamas to get you, Jones, after hearing the hit that Kelvin put out on you? Apparently they've been
because Kelvin. So the government didn't do shit. They didn't do anything, and I didn't do anything because my husband at the time said he was going to take care of it, and he was more in that whole world. So when he said he had it, and then I watched him toss the dude out of my pool chair, I knew he had it.
Josie, how long were you on Aruba before you found out?
That might have been day 1 or day 2. But here's the thing. I really could have been taken out, and this is what's messed up. This only came out, the people at BLS in Wendy's show supposedly knew about this because later on it came out in a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. But I feel a way about that because you have to put your own human decency in front of your job. And nobody from that camp bothered to say anything or send a little kite or nothing. And because I was going into work so early and it was dark outside and I'm a woman by myself and I'm doing all I can just to get there halfway, presentable. I'm not paying attention to the gunman. So I'm grateful. And Wendy and I have actually never had a confrontation about that. But Envy, DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, my new co-host, my reunion co-host on Monday, he stepped to Kev. And Kev said, tell Jonesy that's bullshit, that's all a lie. Of course you're going to say it's a lie. But, so we never really resolved it. And right after that, I left radio and wound up going back to Philly to do radio again. So, any more questions in the chat? Radio and wound up going back to Philly to do radio again. So, any more questions in the chat? Don't forget.
Miss
When
Jones'
you hear us
reunion show
on Monday with DJ and me and Michael Sean. When you hear us say Kiss FM, take a drink of whatever you got beside you.
Because that kiss means we care.
So Jones, we have another question from A. Carter. What happened to her, I'm assuming Wendy, what happened to Wendy's assistant Nicole?
So, I think Nicole is the one that sued. Ask her, is Nicole the one that's Nicole Spence? Yep, she's the one. She's another one. So she's the one that knew about the hit and only brought it up in her court hearing when she was trying to sue Wendy and Kevin. Supposedly, allegedly, Kevin had been hitting on her, and she told him to stop, and he kept on. So that's when she went to the station management, allegedly, to sue. And I hear that they wound up settling out of court because allegedly she had proof of threesomes. That I need my sound effect. That she had proof of threesomes that she and Wendy and Kevin had been partaking in, and BLS didn't want to smoke, and that's why that shit went away. But in the interim, when they got with the judge, she said, "Oh, and by the way, he tried to put a hit on her rival DJ at the other station." That's when her lawyer, Ken Thompson, is dead now, called me and told me, and I'm like, "Ken, shouldn't you have told me when the block was hot?" He said, "Yeah, but I had a case going." Once again, niggas take care of themselves, protecting their job instead of trying to save a life.
So I personally believe that Kelvin Hunter Sr. Hired a hit person to get her. I 100% believe it. I mean, I know it's allegations and hasn't been proven, and even the people that Miss Jones tried to associate herself with legally didn't really want to give her the fine print of what's going on. WBLS did not even want it to had anything to do with it whatsoever. But I 100% believe the allegations, because when you think about it, Wendy Williams talked about big names in the industry, from P. Diddy to Tupac to Biggie, to people that really are about that life, who are in the hood. Method Man, come on now, these are people who grew up around that time. And when you have a husband that's also from a hood, and you have a former wife who's on the radio talking all of that smack and can't even fight, can't even protect herself, of course the husband's going to chime in and basically attempt your life, allegedly, if you go near my wife because she's talking about you on the radio. So I do 100% believe the story. You know, Wendy is the type of woman that likes to settle. She don't want everything to go off in the media. Of course, media outlets did pick up the story about the whole situation, even with Nicole Spence. Nicole Spence is the woman, she's a talent worker who used to work for Wendy and is also associated with Miss Jones. And during her testimony, like what Miss Jones says in the video you just saw, Nicole Spence did say that Wendy's former ex-husband did try to have a hitman for Miss Jones, allegedly, because Miss Jones was talking smack about Wendy on the radio. They're both kind of the same personality. They both keep it real. And Miss Jones was a rival on Wendy. I mean, you got to think about this. We didn't hear about Nicole Spence in the movie. I didn't hear about Angie Martinez, who almost put Wendy's behind in the movie. The movie basically portrayed Kevin as this nice man. This is the stuff I wanted to hear. This is the story I wanted, real and raw. And unfortunately, Wendy is not real and raw. She's not the type of person that you guys think that she really is. So Nicole Spence did allege in a lawsuit that Wendy Williams' husband once came into the room, the studio, and put Wendy against the wall and choke her because she was smoking that crack. Okay, she was still on that crack. And in the documentary, Wendy basically said that her husband was never physically abusive. Okay, I don't know about you, but choking somebody allegedly and putting them against the wall and punching the wall allegedly, if that's not abusive, then I don't know what abusive means. And my college degree means nothing that I spent 4 years of getting. So of course the movie didn't really portray Kelvin Hunter in the light that he even seemed. Even Charlemagne, the word on the street, even said the man that played Kelvin Hunter didn't really do him justice in terms of how he is. Really treated Wendy well, minus the cheating, and he was really respectful in terms of delivery and communication, minus the cheating. The only thing that really showed in the movie that portrays Kelvin in a little light was when he dropped that watch that he bought Wendy on the glass table in front of the meeting, and that's it. Other than that, it was basically showing him in a light that shouldn't have been shown. Wendy, your son at the moment is 20 years old. He is highly capable enough to look at social media, to look in your past and really know what really happened with the different lawsuits that you've been through with Nicole Spence. It's alleged that Nicole Spence filed a lawsuit because her husband at the time allegedly wanted her, like he wanted her to get into a threesomes with Wendy, and this woman, Miss Jones, is basically saying that Wendy and Kelvin Hunter allegedly portrayed in threesomes. And I've told y'all many times, this is what Wendy do. This is why I think the woman is bisexual. She even had an interview with Judge Mathis that's still on YouTube, claiming that there were 8 abortions by Wendy, allegedly, if you want to go back and watch it. And Wendy is LGBT, but she doesn't really show it. I mean, you're having a threesome with a woman. Come on now. I'm sure your husband wanted you to do the dirty with the woman, okay? The whole Nicole Spence story was settled quietly at the time. Wendy was working at the Wendy Williams Experience with Charlemagne the DL God, and so, I mean, local outlets picked up the story, but it really go on a national scale because y'all know Wendy Williams plots a plan, and she likes to keep things like this covered up shortly, so when she gets a show that she has on now, it won't really get out there. And it's just kind of like, this kind of tells you no matter what your record is that Wendy Williams allegedly has and her husband allegedly has, it doesn't matter as long as you get the numbers and the advertisers in and you get the ratings are really, really good. You can still get a talk show because you got to really dig deep into her past. And for Dagmar Mercury, 2 white men in New York City, to even get her a talk show when she's not even like the polished talk show person. It's not surprising, but at the same time, when you look at those two white men, you would kind of say, did they really sign Wendy? They kind of seem like Liberian type of people, like very professional and quiet and want classiness. But like I said, numbers don't lie and numbers bring money, and that's what Wendy Williams brings to the show and to her former radio past. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you will be the first to know when I upload. Deuces. Yay!